All right, so a little late with this one, blame work. But I'm really enjoyed this last chapter. It wasn't quite as heartbreaking as other ones, but it made me more angry than I've been in a while. I'm very happy that we continued on with Kuma's flashback because I'm just having a wonderful time with Kuma's flash. I'm having a heartbreaking time with Kuma's flashback correction. But I did think we were over and done with it. But we start off with, once again, Kuma seeing Luffy for sure on Windmill Village, seeing him before he left the island, and then eventually going to Dragon, being like, hey, I came across this kid. I got some questions for you. And Dragon essentially going, you might as well kill me right now if you keep talking. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm not here to threaten you. And Dragon's like, a child is a parent's weakness. So the more you talk about Luffy, the more risk someone will learn about Luffy, putting me in danger because I'll have to go protect my son. And Kuma's just like, I understand. I didn't see anything. I'll forget everything I seen that I may or may not have witnessed on this village. Dragon's like, cool. So I do really like that, but what I love more is Luffy using the Gum Gum axe on the village, on the creatures and lions and tigers there. But I'm like, oh, the axe. Pretty sure the first time we seen it was Arlong Park. We might have seen it before, but I know the most memorable one will be Arlong Park. And to know that he had been developing that on the island to get stronger. He said to protect friends so no one can take them away from him. He'll use this on some real bad guys. I'm like, yes, my darling boy. You will use that on some terrible people, and they will deserve it. And I really, really loved seeing that. I completely forgot to mention last time that Kuma's sail is drawn by Bonney, and it's adorable, and I love it. I need to go back into Thriller Bark and see if we've seen his ship. Is there any chance that we had seen the sail leading up to it? I'm leaning towards no, because just in my thought process being, I don't think Oda had too much of all this planned out, because it wasn't till he was drawing Sabadi that he came up with most of the worst generation. I don't know if Bonney was one that he already had planned out or not, or how much of the backstory was planned out for her. And for Kuma, maybe they just got combined. I don't know, but the worst generation was not conceptualized until Sabadi. So hard to say. Kuma pulls up to a merchant ship being attacked by pirates, and of course he takes care of them, no problem, but then there's injured, and he's like, I'm gonna go on ahead with these ones, you guys take care of the pirates here, or follow on with me later, and they're like, oh, thanks, we didn't think we were going to make it. It's like, you guys, turn yourselves in. It's like, oh, yep, not messing with you. Guys, give over the loot. We're not fighting these guys. And I love that, once again, Kuma is helping those that he can. He's taken the injured on ahead, most likely to a hospital for treatment, and it's wonderful. And all this time, he is writing letters to Bonney, saying how beautiful the world is, and he can't wait for her to see it and experience it, and how much he loves his daughter and wants her to live a good life and sail the seas and just be happy. That's all he wants for her. That, and for her to know that he loves her. And then we go back to the island where Bonnie's still in the church getting her treatments. And Alpha, this fake nurse, who needs to die the second most painful death in all of anime, because Magma Bastard got dibs on the first most painful death, is taking the letters, shredding, burning them, not giving them to Bonney. I assume she thinks there might be a code in there somewhere. She can't risk Bonney learning about it. And maybe she just wants to be a terrible person, causing her to suffer, to think that her father isn't writing her, not thinking about her, which is ridiculous. Everyone else is just saying, the letters probably got lost. Of course he loves you. Of course he's thinking about you. I'm sure there's more letters on the way. Meanwhile, Alpha's throwing them in the garbage and being like, how can he even write so much? How sappy. Did I mention I hate this woman so much? Number 2 on my hit list, right under Magma Bastard. Number 3, right after Magma Bastard and the specific Celestial Dragon who attacked and assaulted Ginny. I hate this woman. His last letter that we see her destroy pretty much says, I know you're probably tired of hearing this, Bonney, but I just wanted to let you know how much I love you. And she's tearing it up. I hate her. Granny Connie, love this woman because she's very smart. And so Bonney is transforming sparring and fighting with everybody, getting stronger, honing her abilities. But when Alpha comes in, she turns back into child form, her regular form. And the king is just turns to mother-in-law or mother and just like, listen, why are we keeping the Bonnie's ability a secret? And she's like, a hawk does not reveal its claws. She knows something's up. She knows that something's going on. Why wouldn't Kuma write a single letter? How come they haven't made it to his daughter? Something is going on. So she's the one telling Bonney to keep her ability a secret because they're going to need it later. Because like I've been saying, Bonney will transform into older Connie. I had thought Connie would be aged down to look like young Bonney, but regardless, they're going to use that to get her out of the church. We see Alpha giving her fake placebo medicine, and of course she's not actually a doctor. Cut to Vegapunk's lab. My darling angel Stussy, I love her so much. I'm very excited to see more with her. Is talking to Kuma and Vegapunk and is just being like, Kuma, you're going to lose all your individuality. It's really tragic. Which of the two of us will have a more checkered past? The human who loses his free will, individuality, has no free will, or the clone who does. So yes, obviously, Stussy has free will. God love her. Vegapunk confirms it's like, you're just as human as any of us. I need the clones to all form together and create and go off on their own, have their own pirate ship and crew and adventures. And I need the Seraphims to just be able to confirm free will and do whatever they want and attack the Celestial Dragons for being Celestial Dragons and like taking advantage of them. And of course, Kuma is just, he's writing letters. He's just writing letters saying he will write them until he can't anymore, till he's at a time. He wants to give Bonney a lifetime's worth of letters while he can, all the love he wants to give her. Meanwhile, Vegapunk is just going off, you will have no free will. If they order you to kill a child, then you will do this. You'll have no empathy. You'll have nothing of what made you you. And Kuma's just writing his letters because his focus is on his daughter, and I love him so much. And Alpha burns and rips up the letters. And I hate her so much. Bonney at age 9 is waking up in the middle of the night. Everyone's still asleep. No one's around. She's still checking the letterbox and still nothing's coming. And she is just crying and heartbroken that she hasn't received any word from her father yet. Did I mention I hate Alpha? We see Kuma saving the Revolutionary Army, but then leaving without a word, and everyone's questioning what his motives are and why he's acting like this. And Dragon's just like, he has his reasons, let him be. Cut to Bonney, now completely healed, and she's like, look, the marks on my face are gone, I can go out, I can see the world, let's go find my dad. And Alpha's just like, no, you have to stay here longer, you can't go to the sun yet, you're not ready. But Connie has learned from people drinking at a bar or something, like, no, you've been cured for a while. Like I said, something's up, your father's letters haven't been reaching you, I don't trust this woman, we're getting you out of here. So they enact their plan. Bonney ages up to look like Connie. They sneak her out the front door. Connie just dresses up like Bonney and stays there. And for the first time, Bonney is outside. She can have the sun on her face. She can see the outside world outside this church. And she makes it to the docks where her crew is waiting for her. The boat is decorated like a pizza. And she's so happy to be going on her adventures. But, of course, Alpha comes running because figures out that Bonnie's not there. But she uses distorted future after thinking about how she had asked her father what Nika looked like. And he explained, no one really knows, but we know his body was made of rubber and he could fight in all kinds of creative ways. So distorted future makes her arm, I think, like the gum fruit almost, to attack Alpha. And I'm wondering what distorted future is specifically. Is it going into a parallel alternate reality universe where Bonney ate Nika's devil fruit and had that power and is pulling that ability from a different world, a different universe, a different future? Something going on. I want to know that power specifically. I love Bonney. I love her so much. Her and Kuma, easily top 10 favorite One Piece characters. Luffy, Whitebeard, Robin, Nami, all kind of flip-flop around my favorites. Vivi, probably Ace, Kuma, Bonney, tied with Jinbei. I don't know. I can't put Jinbei too much lower. But like they're above the other Straw Hats. They're above La. I love them so much. Obviously, I love all the Straw Hats. Okay, these are just like top tier of top tier of top tier of top S tier characters. Speaking of list, most hated, my hit list. Gonna be Magma Bastard, obviously. The specific Celestial Dragon who assaulted Ginny. All the other Celestial Dragons and the Gorosei, unless they have done something to redeem themselves. So, Don Quixote family, besides Doflamingo, and the one who saved Princess Crybaby Shirahoshi. So, you got a few freebies in the Celestial Dragons, but not many. Alpha, who may actually be above the regular Celestial Dragons in my hatred. I think she actually is. Sabo's parents, Doflamingo. I mean, he is probably my favorite villain. He is my favorite villain, and I love to hate him, but he deserves whatever kind of fate he gets. And a bad one, hopefully. Doberman for saying that he wants Whitebeard and Ace's head on a stick and show their victory from Marineford. Yeah, he's staying on my list. I'm surprised he's as low as he is. Rob Lucci for everything he did to Robin, and while we're at it, his boss at the time also should be on my list. Orochi Bastard for everything, even though I do really like his backstory and his life and why he was doing everything, but the Smile Fruit, come on, that is just horrible. Terrible human being. Sanji's father makes 10, and then Garp is back on my list. I shouldn't have taken him off. I said I would wait until Luffy makes a decision. He knew what the Celestial Dragons were doing. He still stood by and allowed his grandson to be killed, even if he did take the punch to allow Luffy to save him, and he has reasons for why he couldn't act. No, I'm keeping him on the list. He stays on the list. All right, that is all I got for today. I will talk to you later. Bye.